all new since 6, right now on the WHAS11 night team.
Time, and I hope that people will trust to come and feel a little bit safer with police presence and all the other things that they're doing to keep us safe.
Harvest Homecoming's major changes in New Albany, reassuring the public to come back and celebrate year 50 after a fatal shooting, an innocent high schooler killed in the crossfire. Plus, National Night Out in Louisville. Crowds turn out to mingle with police and rebuild trust and safety.
For us, this is a huge opportunity to build authentic trust.
And then, how much is a Little Debbie snack cake worth to you? Well, Bardstown police say for this man, it was worth stealing cases of them. They need help finding the snack cake bandit tonight. It's right now on the WHAS 11 night team. First, right here tonight on the night team, see the rainbow, take a good look. Lots of you around Kentuckiana saw them there off in the distance as storms moved through after 6 o'clock tonight, and then the sun was popping out. And in Audubon Park, one man said, the heck with it. And he kept on doing his yard work. You can see him there right sort of in the middle of your screen near the roadway there. As the rain came down, and even harder, he stayed outside in it. Well, hello everyone. Great to be with you here at 11 on the WHAS 11 night team tonight, where we have a very busy night ahead. I'm Doug Prophet. The rain was another soaker, with at one time the streets really filling up with water, and our chief meteorologist Mallory Schnell is here with me now, looking ahead to the overnight hours. Anything to be concerned about, Mallory?
Hey there, Doug. Now our attention turns to the potential for fog overnight, especially because we did have some of those soakers during the afternoon and evening hours. But taking a look at the radar loop over the last 3 hours, you can see the heavy rainfall that was over Louisville really weakened, pushed southward, and then dissipated. At this point in our viewing area, we're really only looking at a stray storm right around Litchfield at this hour. So we are seeing some of those clouds clearing. You can tell when the rain rolled in today because we topped out in the mid-80s in Louisville. And then during the 6 o'clock hour, you can see temperatures dropped about 14 degrees as those showers and storms moved overhead over the airport. And ever since that point, temperatures have been staying pretty steady in the lower 70s. But these are ingredients that you have to pay attention to. Light winds, temperatures dropping near the dew points, and also those clearing skies. Those are the ingredients for fog to form overnight. So, of course, meteorologist Matt Breland will be in the morning tracking the potential for fog as temperatures drop into the 60s. But until that point, we'll take a look at our 7-day forecast. That's coming up in just a bit, Doug.
Thank you very much, Mallory. All new tonight on the night team. We're less than 2 months away from the 50th celebration of the Harvest Homecoming Festival in downtown New Albany. After fatal gunfire last year, the city of New Albany has just announced several changes to ensure your safety to everybody who attends, including shortening the hours on busy weekend nights. WHAS 11 night team's Jose Alonso talking with local businesses in New Albany who say stepping up security is the way to go.
This was the scene last October as police surrounded downtown New Albany after shots were fired outside of the Harvest Homecoming Festival.
All of my messages, notifications between my dad, all my friends, they will like ask me if I was okay, and I didn't even know what had happened at the time.
Adeline Elmore works for New Albany's Sugar Shop, a small candy store in a prime spot for the annual festival. They had closed for the night when gunfire broke just steps from the store.
Since I work here, I live here, I was kind of worried for my safety. I was worried a lot for my friend's safety. I had some friends down here doing rides and stuff too, and we didn't hear anything from that friend, from those friends, until the next day.
Tragically, the shooting left a high school senior dead, Bryce Gerlach of Cordon, and injured 2 others. 4 men were arrested in connection to the crime.
We were outside, we had a booth set up, and everything was fine and normal, and then all of a sudden it wasn't. Everybody started running and headed into Rec Bar 812. A lot of people took shelter there downstairs in the back of the building. We just locked the doors and tried to keep everybody safe during that time until everybody could safely get away.
What was a fun night at Rec Bar 812 turned into concern for safety.
Everybody's just having a really good time. So it was a big surprise that something horrible had to happen at something that's so great for this community and for the people.
The City of New Albany festival organizers and local law enforcement announced several changes coming to this year's bicentennial celebration. The festival will close 1 hour earlier on Friday and Saturday, will be marketed as a family and weapons-free event, police presence enhanced, a new security camera system will be in place, and more.
That week is a very important week to us, so them closing an hour early, I understand it completely, but it harms the local businesses around us by cutting it short.
Obviously, I feel like everyone's still going to be very worried, and especially for those setting up booths that, you know, not a lot of people may come to Harvest Homecoming this year.
Although there's worry about this year's attendance and local revenue, both businesses say community safety is most important. In New Albany, Jose Alonso, WHAS 11 Night Team on your side.
Now, some of the other changes include new security fencing there for Harvest Homecoming, an enhanced lighting plan for downtown New Albany, and expanded family programming. Opening ceremonies and the parade there kick off more than a week of events on October 4th. New developments today in the case of Misty Knoll, the estranged wife of former Clark County Sheriff Jamie Knoll. In an order today, Judge Larry Medlock says he will accept the original sentencing of 13.5 months for her from July 3rd and will not be putting her through a trial. Misty Knoll had pleaded guilty to charges of theft and tax evasion, but then a judge saw her in a TV interview where he believes she maintained her innocence after pleading guilty. In the end, he believes a lengthy trial wouldn't be good for anyone and would cost taxpayers. Misty's attorney, Bart McMahon, texted a statement to WHAS today saying Misty and her daughters are very happy this matter is resolved. More tonight of those jail cell phone calls made by convicted murderer Brooks Houck of Bardstown before and after his trial in the killing of Crystal Rogers. Houck calling his mother, sister, and girlfriend to discuss evidence and guessing about the possible outcome of the verdict. WHAS 11 obtained dozens of calls and hours worth of audio recordings. We filed an open records request to get access to the conversations he was having with family members after each day the trial had ended.
I've been humbled through this whole process, and I know the realization anything can happen. But you know something? I feel good about 12 peers being able to sort through this. You know, were you paying attention to any of the body language or any of the stuff on the jury today? It was kind of a hard crowd to read, aren't they?
First time we've heard Brooks Houck speaking in 10 years. Throughout the calls, Houck maintaining his innocence, saying that the prosecution is doing anything to force-fit evidence together. He also expressed concern over how testimony was being perceived in that courtroom.
You know, stuff was fabricated today. Could you tell stuff was fabricated? I'm just relying on these 12 strangers to be able to see through it, you know, and it's got to be hard and difficult on them, but that's my only hope, you know, because the jail and law enforcement and all the rest of them, you know, they're all against me, you know.
On July 8th, the Warren County jury found Houck guilty of murder and tampering with evidence. The jury recommended he serve life in prison, and he will be sentenced coming up later this month on August 21st. Happening tonight and all new on the WHAS 11 Night Team, it was Louisville's Night Out with Police tonight, part of the annual National Night Out. The citywide event that looks to bring communities together to stand united against crime and promote public safety. Here at Algonquin Park, we found big crowds talking to police tonight. WHAS 11 Night Team photojournalist Jessica Farley also checked out Iroquois Park and Waterfront Park tonight.
We are at the Big Four Bridge with a little bit of everybody that represent our community, whether it be medical, law enforcement, but also resources that are within our community. We want to ensure that the people or the constituents of our community know what resources are offered and understand that we are actively, from different angles, whether it be law enforcement, violence prevention, working to ensure that they know what they can use and how to use it properly. It takes months. I think we start every year in January, reaching out to different people, ensuring that we have resources and location that benefits the community itself. The foundation of any relationship you have is communication and trust. So for us, this is a huge opportunity to build authentic trust, to get on the ground and have one-on-one conversations, humanizing the badge, listening to the needs of our community, and having the ability to speak and be heard from both sides, but also come together in a safe environment to be able to do so.
Back to school in Louisville begins early Thursday morning this week. JCPS says its practice routes are running ahead of last year's time so far. District Transportation Head Rob Folk feels confident with practice routes. He took over the job fixing the district's 2023 transportation disaster, saying this year is so much different.
We are ahead of our schedule from last year for our driver runs. We have enough drivers to cover the routes. Our routing team feels good. Driver feedback is good. Principal feedback is good.
JCPS also saying hundreds more drivers would be needed, though, to restore magnet and traditional routes for students and parents. That decision is up finally to the JCPS Board of Education. Louisville Metro Housing Authority says it's getting closer to a plan to redesign Dosker Manor, the troubled senior living complex near downtown that opened in 1968. Many city leaders admit the building is in terrible condition and has called moving people out an urgent issue. 170 residents do remain at Dosker Manor at this point. The head of the Housing Authority today said it will have less units when it's rebuilt.
As a houser, you never want to lose units. So what we're doing is continuing to look for additional sites to build replacement housing there and just additional affordable housing for people all across the city.
Elizabeth Strojan there saying the first step in the renovations will be to build senior housing right here at the former First Link grocery store on East Liberty Street, right near Dosker Manor. The redevelopment plans are still far from being approved. All new tonight, keeping a popular Louisville Free Public Library branch in the Mid-City Mall on Bardstown Road, where it's been many years. The mall is up for sale, and a new development plan for it is in the works. The Highland Shelby Park branch of our library system is currently in the Mid-City Mall and has been there since 1994. Mayor Craig Greenberg today was asked about its future. His administration has been supporting the library system with funding.
I would love to see a new development that happens at Mid-City Mall to include a new library there. And so we have not yet had any discussions. If it's not in that location, we need to make sure that the Highlands has a library location that is a well-utilized library. I know it's a community that enjoys having its library.
Greenberg says he's open to discussions with developers of the Mid-City Mall property to include a new library in any future development. New tonight since 6 on the night team. They are calling him the Snack Cake Bandit tonight. The theft of Little Debbie treats in Bardstown tonight. No kidding. The police department having a little fun looking for an alleged burglar, but at the same time being very serious. They need your help. Well, here's the video of the suspect in his red truck. Bardstown police posted tonight on their Facebook page. Police say, quote, went above and beyond to satisfy his sweet tooth, cutting a lock on a storage unit and loading up 10 cases of Little Debbie's, $700 worth of processed pastries, end quote. Now, from the company's website, here's the full collection of Little Debbie products. Bardstown police wondered if it was, quote, a black market brownie ring. Bardstown police want you to call them if you know who the Snack Bandit is. And they also added, listen, if it was 10 cases of honey buns, we get it, but we still need our guy. By the way, their full post is worth reading. It's very entertaining. Go to the WHAS11 Facebook page. We've got it posted for you right there.